Have you ever wondered why some people walk into a room and immediately draw others toward them, while others seem invisible, no matter how hard they try? It's fascinating, isn't it? Two people can stand side by side, both dressed well, both smiling, and yet one seems magnetic while the other fades quietly into the background. And here's the surprising truth. It's not always about looks, wealth, or even being the smartest person in the room. Psychology has shown us that human connection often boils down to subtle behaviors, tiny habits, and unconscious signals that speak louder than words. These signals happen in the blink of an eye, and they tell our brains, without us even realizing, whether someone feels trustworthy, warm, or approachable. Think about it. When you meet someone new, your brain makes a snap judgment within just a few seconds. That first impression can decide whether you lean in with curiosity or quietly pull away. Now here's the part most people don't realize. Likability isn't something you're simply born with. It's not reserved for the naturally charming or the extroverts of the world. In fact, it's a skill. A set of patterns you can learn, practice, and use in any setting. The way you hold eye contact, the tone in your voice, the timing of a smile, even the pauses you take when you speak. All of these small choices send powerful psychological cues. And the best part? Once you understand them, you can use them intentionally to instantly build warmth, trust, and connection. Imagine walking into a meeting, a classroom, or even a party where you don't know anyone. Instead of feeling invisible, you carry yourself in a way that naturally attracts others to you. People feel comfortable in your presence without quite knowing why. They listen when you speak, they remember you afterward, and most importantly, they genuinely enjoy being around you. That's the quiet power of mastering psychological connection. And here's the exciting part. You don't need to fake it or put on a performance. You don't have to memorize complicated scripts or act like someone you're not. These tricks are rooted in human psychology. They work because they tap into how our brains are wired to respond to one another. Once you start practicing them, they quickly become natural, almost effortless. So, in this video, we're going to uncover 7 powerful psychological tricks that can instantly make people like you. Tricks backed by science, yet explained in a way you can actually use right away. In conversations at work, or even in casual encounters with strangers. Whether you want to deepen your friendships, win people's trust faster, or simply be remembered as the kind of person everyone enjoys being around, this video is for you. Trick 1. The power of genuine smiling. Let's start with something simple, yet incredibly powerful. Smiling. But here's the catch. Not every smile works the same way. A forced or fake smile often has the opposite effect you're hoping for. It can make people feel uneasy, guarded, or even suspicious, because whether we realize it or not, humans are experts at reading micro-expressions. Our brains are wired to detect the tiny differences between a real smile and a fake one. And when we sense it's not genuine, we instinctively put up walls. But a genuine smile is a completely different story. It activates what psychologists call the Duchenne marker, where not just your lips curve upward, but your eyes soften, crinkle slightly, and radiate warmth. This type of smile is universally recognized as authentic, and it triggers a subconscious sense of trust and comfort in others. It's as if your smile is silently saying, "You're safe here. I like you. You can relax." Research has shown again and again that people who smile genuinely are perceived as more approachable, more confident, and more trustworthy. In fact, studies in social psychology reveal that smiling can influence not only how others see you, but also how they behave toward you. People are more likely to engage in conversation with someone who smiles warmly, more likely to remember them positively, and even more likely to cooperate with them in situations requiring teamwork or negotiation. Think about it. When you meet someone for the first time, what's the very first thing you notice? Before they even speak, their facial expression sets the tone. A stiff expression creates distance, but a true, heartfelt smile creates connection. So the next time you greet someone, don't just curl your lips because you should. Instead, pause for a moment and bring to mind something that genuinely makes you happy. A funny memory, someone you love, or simply the gratitude of being alive in that moment. Let that warmth spread through your body, and then let your smile emerge naturally. When you smile this way, your entire face changes, your energy shifts, and people can feel it instantly. A genuine smile doesn't just change how others see you, it changes how they feel around you. And when people feel good in your presence, they're far more likely to be drawn to you, to like you, and to want to connect with you. Trick 2. Subtle mirroring. Have you ever noticed how close friends, couples, Or even colleagues who get along really well often start to look and act a little alike over time. They pick up each other's gestures, the way they laugh, even the way they phrase certain things. That's not by accident. It's a psychological mechanism called mirroring. It's one of the most powerful, yet quiet, tools for connection. When you subtly mirror someone's body language, tone, or rhythm of speech, you're sending out a silent signal that says, "We're on the same wavelength. I get you." Our brains are wired to feel safer and more comfortable around people who seem familiar. And mirroring taps directly into that instinct. But here's the important part. Subtlety. If you copy someone move for move like a mime, it won't feel natural. In fact, it may feel mocking. Instead, think of it as gently harmonizing with their rhythm. If they lean forward while talking about something exciting, let your body angle in slightly too. If they slow down their speech when discussing something serious, allow your tone to slow and soften as well. Even small adjustments, like matching their energy level, nodding when they nod, or reflecting their hand gestures at a slight delay, can create an almost invisible bond. When done right, mirroring makes people feel seen, validated, and understood without a single word of explanation. It's like telling their subconscious, "You and I, we're in sync." And in a world where so many people feel unseen, that feeling is priceless. Trick 3. Use people's names. There's a reason Dale Carnegie, in his timeless classic How to Win Friends and Influence People, emphasized the power of names. He famously said that a person's name is to them the sweetest sound in any language. Think about that for a moment. Our names are not just labels, they are deeply tied to who we are. They carry our history, our identity, and the way we wish to be recognized by the world. When someone uses your name, especially early in a conversation, it does something powerful. It breaks down the invisible wall of formality and makes the interaction feel personal. It tells you, "I see you. I remember you. You matter enough to me that I want to connect with you, not just talk at you." And that tiny moment of recognition can shift the entire mood of the conversation. Psychologists have found that hearing our name activates unique regions in the brain connected to self-perception and reward. In other words, our brain lights up when we hear our own name, even if it's spoken softly in a crowded room. This is why using someone's name is such a subtle but effective way to build rapport. Of course, the key is balance. If you use someone's name too often, it can start to feel artificial or even manipulative. The magic lies in sprinkling it naturally. Greeting them with it, slipping it into the middle of a conversation when making a point, or closing with it so they feel personally addressed. Think of it like weaving a golden thread through your words, light, delicate, but strong enough to hold the connection together. The next time you meet someone, try this simple shift. Instead of just saying, "Nice to meet you," say, "Nice to meet you, Sarah." Notice how their expression softens, how they lean in just a little more. That's not an accident. That's psychology at work. Trick 4. The compliment sandwich, done right. Compliments are powerful tools in human connection, but they have to be handled with care. Too much flattery, and it feels manipulative. Too little, and you miss the chance to build warmth. Psychology shows that people are naturally drawn to those who make them feel seen and appreciated, but only when the compliment is authentic. The secret lies in specificity. Instead of throwing out vague lines like, "You're amazing," focus on what makes that person truly stand out. For instance, say, "I really admire how you stay calm under pressure. It's inspiring to watch." That kind of compliment resonates deeply because it proves you've paid attention, that you've noticed something meaningful about them. It's not about inflating their ego. It's about recognizing their value. But here's where the sandwich part comes in. Pair a compliment with either a neutral observation or a natural question, and suddenly it feels effortless. For example, "You're great at explaining things. By the way, how did you learn to do that?" Notice how that second part shifts the spotlight away from you, gives them a chance to engage, and keeps the rhythm of conversation flowing. This technique works especially well in professional settings where over-the-top praise can feel awkward, but it's just as effective in personal life. A compliment sandwiched between curiosity or casual dialogue feels organic, never forced. It makes the person feel valued, while keeping the interaction grounded and real. The bottom line? When done right, compliments aren't just kind words. They're a bridge that allows people to feel seen, respected, and safe in your presence. Trick 5. The Ben Franklin effect. Now, here's a psychological twist that often surprises people. We usually assume that doing favors for others makes them like us more. But interestingly, the opposite is also true. People actually grow fonder of you when they do something for you. This is known as the Ben Franklin effect. The name comes from a story about Benjamin Franklin himself. Instead of trying to win over a rival with gifts or flattery, he asked the man for a simple favor: borrowing a rare book. The man obliged, and from that point onward, their relationship warmed. Why? Because the mind doesn't like contradictions. If I go out of my way to help you, my brain wants to make sense of it. So unconsciously, it tells me, well, I must like this person. Otherwise, why would I help them? This psychological trick works because it flips the usual script. Instead of exhausting yourself by always giving, sometimes the smarter move is to receive. Asking for small, thoughtful favors, like advice on something, an opinion, or even to borrow an item, invites people to invest in you. That investment strengthens their sense of connection. But here's the catch: it has to be small, genuine, and appropriate. Don't ask for grand favors right away, or it can feel manipulative. Start with something light and natural. For example, if someone is skilled at something, ask for a quick tip. If they've read a book, ask for their thoughts. These small requests give them a sense of importance and create a subtle psychological bond. In short, the Ben Franklin effect proves that connection isn't always about what you give. Sometimes it's about what you allow others to give to you. Trick 6. Show vulnerability, but selectively. Most people assume that the fastest way to earn respect and admiration is to always project strength, confidence, and control. And while confidence does play an important role in likability, there's a hidden downside. If you appear too perfect, people may actually feel disconnected from you. Perfection creates distance. It can make others think, I could never relate to this person. Psychology has a fascinating insight into this. It's called the pratfall effect. Research shows that when someone is generally competent and capable, admitting a small flaw or showing a tiny glimpse of imperfection actually makes them more likable. Why? Because it humanizes them. Suddenly, they're not just an untouchable figure. They're someone real, someone who has struggles just like everyone else. Think about it. Who do you feel closer to? The friend who never shows cracks, who always seems polished and untouchable? Or the friend who, while being reliable and smart, occasionally admits, I messed that up, or laughs at themselves when they trip over their words? Chances are, you'll feel more connected to the second person, because their vulnerability makes them relatable. The trick, of course, is balance. Vulnerability isn't about spilling your deepest traumas to someone you just met, or constantly putting yourself down in an attempt to seem humble. Oversharing or constant self-deprecation can backfire, making people feel uncomfortable or even pity you. But when you sprinkle in small, authentic moments of vulnerability, like sharing a challenge you once overcame, admitting you were nervous before giving a presentation, or laughing at yourself for forgetting something minor, it creates trust and authenticity. Vulnerability, when used wisely, sends a powerful message: I'm human, just like you. I don't need to pretend to be perfect, because I trust you enough to show you the real me. And that kind of honesty is magnetic. Trick 7. Leave people better than you found them. If there's one trick that makes you unforgettable, it's this. Always pay attention to the emotional state of the people you interact with. Psychology consistently shows that people rarely remember the exact words we say, but they never forget how we made them feel. This means your real power isn't in crafting the perfect sentence, but in shaping the emotional aftertaste you leave behind. Imagine two scenarios. In one, you talk to someone who seems distracted, dismisses your thoughts, and leaves you feeling unheard. In the other, you talk to someone who listens with genuine interest, acknowledges your feelings, and leaves you with a small spark of positivity. Maybe even just a smile. Which person would you rather see again? Which one would you tell others about? Leaving people better than you found them doesn't always require big gestures. It can be as simple as listening fully, instead of waiting for your turn to speak. Showing appreciation, even for small things. I really enjoyed our conversation today, thank you. Offering encouragement, like reminding someone of their strengths when they doubt themselves. Or simply sharing a light-hearted comment that leaves them smiling. Think of it as planting small seeds of positivity. The truth is, most people move through life carrying invisible stress, worries, and doubts. If you can be the person who lightens that weight, even just for a moment, you'll stand out in their memory. They may not remember your exact words, but they'll remember how they felt in your presence. And in the long run, that feeling is what draws people back to you again and again. At its core, this trick isn't about gaining approval. It's about creating genuine value in someone else's emotional world. And ironically, when you focus less on being liked and more on making others feel good, you become the kind of person everyone naturally likes. At the end of the day, being liked isn't about manipulation, charm tricks, or pretending to be someone you're not. It's about understanding the deep psychological truths that shape human connection. From smiling genuinely and mirroring body language, to remembering names, giving thoughtful compliments, and showing small vulnerabilities. Each of these tools works because they satisfy something universal: our need to feel seen, understood, and valued. The more you practice them, the more natural they'll become. So next time you're in a conversation, try weaving in just one of these tricks. Notice how people open up, how trust builds, and how you leave a mark. Not because you tried to impress, but because you made them feel something positive. And that's the real secret. People may forget what you said, they may forget what you did, but they will never forget how you made them feel.